Okay, just a quick update. The Schluter membrane for their heating system is in now. It's all been set in thin set. I screeded it to embed the backing into the thin set. I used a 1/4 by 1/4 trowel, notched trowel, of course. And all of these pieces were pre-cut and fitted. I laid them out overnight and I weighted them down with the tiles that you see in order to get them to lay flat, because the membrane that I had came in rolls. So if I step out here, looking this way, where my wife will have a soaking tub, actually send her down the window, the drain is offset for a reason. And all of these pieces here are all preset or pre-cut as well, and then these are all now embedded in thin set all the way down through. And this is 1, 2, 3. This is the full run. That's a full meter all the way down. This is a width cut, and that was a width cut because I ended up having a notch all in through there to there. Full width from there down to that return wall where you have the toilet cubby in there. Now, all of this was, of course, screeded as well, just as far as I used screed in order to actually embed the backing. However, I weighted it down, so where all these tiles are, of course, I have the tiles on site, and we're going with a 12 by 24 tile for not only the floor, which will be consistent all the way through, but also we'll have a different style that will blend into the shower. And then I have gloss 12 by 24 tile that'll go up the wall. So I've got a matte for the floor and a gloss for this. My wife picked it all out. I'm just installing it. So anyway, this is the Schluter system. And so the next thing I will do is I will have to test the wiring, which the wiring will come out of there. And then I'll have to figure out the wiring pattern, which I kind of templated it on a piece of paper. And my thermostat is right there. And then I have my pull line. Otherwise, we have an outlet, and this will be a relatively tall cabinet beside the switch bank. That's why everything is mounted up a little bit higher in that particular corner. Otherwise, here you go. Here's the heating system and the update. It took me, I don't know, I started probably at 10:30 in the morning mixing my first thin set. Of course, everything was pre-cut and ready to go. So I'm using their Schluter All Set is what it's called. It's a modified thin set. I had no problem with it at all. It was about $50 a bag or so. So, you know, it worked just fine for me. And anything else? Yes, actually, one thing. This drill here, this is a 60 volt 60 volt. It's a DeWalt's version of a whole hog, but it's the thin body whole hog. That thing weighs probably 40 or 50 pounds sitting there like that. I think something like that, or 30 pounds, whatever it is. It's a heavy drill, especially when you put the larger battery on it. But in any case, I'll say that I used that to mix all my thin set, and I was so incredibly happy with that with my paddle bit that it did the trick. So I'm a fan of that. I do have one of the actual DeWalt 60 volt mixing drills on its way. It just didn't get here for today. So all of this now will actually have to, once the heating element is embedded, then I'm going to have to come through and I'm going to have to top coat all of this with a flat coat of thin set. So I'll just, of course, use the other side of the notch trowel where it's flat. And then I'll have to basically establish a flat surface. Then I can install my tile on. So with that, my next drill should actually already be in, and that drill should be light enough to where I think my wife can run it all day, mixing thin set ahead of me to keep me moving while I'm doing all of this. But that was huge. No cords, I love it, and it had all the power that I actually needed in order to mix all the thin set I wanted to. And I was doing it in 5-gallon buckets. So that's how that worked.